Right. So we have a much simpler technology, of course, and I think everybody knows it already. So it's called HANA. And basically what we have is an in-memory appliance. So it's an in-memory database, mainly which you can use. And what we've done is we've created an environment where you can actually store data or where you can take data from a subset that we already have. So once you have the data in HANA, of course you want to make it available for people to use. So how do we do that? Well, in HANA we use the modeling environment. So we have a modeling environment set up for you that you can actually use in the HANA Studio. So if you have all the data in the tables, what we want to do is we want to create some different views on that, because HANA will take the data, the raw data, and use views and work directly from that. So I have three types of views in here. We have attribute views, and those attribute views, what they are is more like the dimension trees. So what you normally have, so you have a customer, you have a city, you have a country, you have that sort of dimension trees, where you can put them in HANA in an attribute view. So how does it work? Well, let's go to the HANA Studio. Ah, it's very small. All right, so in the HANA Studio, I will size the screen. So in the HANA Studio, you can create an attribute view. The tables that you have will be in the catalog, so there will be tables in here. So here we have some information, a couple of million rows with data, and they're actually results of patients, measuring results, etc., that you could use as input for your project or maybe add data to it or whatever you want. So once we have that data, we have to create views on that. So the views that we have are attribute views. So an attribute view consists, for instance, on patient data, and that patient data will be available in this form to use it. So you can actually add tree information to that. So I could, for instance, say, okay, hazard, so physician. I want to add that, and then of course I want to link it like this, and I want to add the name and the surname, and the name and the surname properties I could, for instance, change and say, no, I don't want to have it like this, I want to have so. All right. Once you've created a view, you have to actually activate it, save and activate, and once the view has been saved and activated, you can actually use it. Yeah. All right. So that's for the attribute view. It's going to take too long to activate, so I'm just going to continue. So the next step that you have is analytic view. So once you have a dimension, of course, you want to link it to fact tables. So you do that in an analytic view. So an analytic view is all these attribute views that you have created, link it to a fact table, and then make it available as an OLAP queue. So you can use the data. So how does that work in HANA? Well, or in the Visual, or in the Studio, you can actually go to an analytic view like this. An analytic view will have a data foundation, as we call it, and a logical view. So the data foundation is basically, okay, this is the data that I make available. So for instance, here I have the fact table, the results table, and what I want to do is look at the logical view, which is right. So logic view is the fact table with all its dimension tables.
2 more minutes.
So, all right. So to connect it, I have to go to data foundation. Right. Right. Also include the ID, and once I have the ID, I can link the data. Yeah, cool. Apple's faster here. And then link it to the ID like this. And then once I have that, all the data from here, from the data foundation, all the data from the dimension table will be available together, and you get actually you get a fact. So you get an OLAP star schema like this, which you can use. And how you use that is what Onno will show you. Yep. Okay.
As Niels made some analytical views, it's of course interesting to really make use of this in applications, in apps, in ABAP, in particular perhaps predictive analytical tools. Well, what I wanted to show you is one of our tools is visual intelligence, which, for instance, the same data, which is about 5 million measurements, observations from the last 3 months, and I can correlate, for instance, sugar and heart rates with them, or wine they drunk.
Yes.
Or I can say, well, how is the sugar level compared to the different regions in the Netherlands?
30 seconds.
Or cholesterol. Not interested. Again, every time I'm clicking, it's calculating this based on this 4 point something million records, which you can later check out. And I can see that actually people that are born
3, 2, 1.
Second World War have a high cholesterol. One of the other outputs, there are many, is HANA search, where this HTML5 application makes use directly from the views news created earlier. So when I search through this, I'm logged out, sorry. The refresh session started again.
Minus 30 seconds.
There it is.
Still counting?
And now I can really search through the data real time on this huge data set. And when I go over with my mouse over Amsterdam, for instance, it directly filters and updates all these other statistics on the complete data set within the data set.